The latest news from BTS's Jungkook has truly taken ARMY by surprise. It turns out the maknae is involved into major projects that have never been revealed before. Even more surprising, these projects are being worked on in New York, away from the public eye. However, one thing that makes this all the more interesting, Taehyung, Jungkook's close friend, can't seem to believe it all. According to rumors, one of the projects is said to be related to the world of visual arts, a world very different from the music Jungkook has been familiar with. The second project, which remains very mysterious, is claimed to involve a collaboration with a big, international name that has been kept under wraps. However, despite all the speculation, Jungkook has chosen to remain tight-lipped, and little information has been revealed about what is actually going on behind the scenes. And the most interesting thing, what has Taehyung so surprised? Why does he seem anxious and full of questions about what his best friend is up to? Is there something bigger they are planning? Or is this just part of a larger project beyond K-pop? To find out more, stay tuned to the development of this story and discover all the mysteries hidden behind Jungkook's developing project in New York City. While social media is awash with speculation about Jungkook's secret projects, few actually know the actual details. Some sources claim that one of the major projects involves a visual arts collaboration with a renowned artist who has long shied away from the public eye. Rumors also suggest that Jungkook will model for an exhibition that will combine music, art, and technology in a never-before-seen way. However, for Taehyung, the news was quite shocking. As Jungkook's close friend, he was used to the dynamic and unpredictable life that comes with being part of BTS, but this was different. Although they often shared many things, Jungkook seemed very secretive about this project. In fact, Taehyung was reported to have appeared confused and anxious after receiving the news, as if there was something more going on than just a simple job. "Why didn't he tell me?" Taehyung complained to Jin in a private conversation. "This isn't just a regular project. There's something big he's hiding." And while Taehyung wanted to know more, he also respected Jungkook's choice to maintain secrecy. But Taehyung's curiosity continued to linger. Was there a specific reason why Jungkook chose to remain silent? Or was this part of a larger, more complex and deeply personal plan that could only be understood in time? The biggest question, however, remained: why are these two projects so important to Jungkook? Was this something that would drastically change the course of his career? Or more profoundly, was there an emotional reason for his extreme caution? According to several leaks circulating in the entertainment industry, Jungkook's first project in New York, meanwhile, the second project reportedly involves the creation of a work of art to be exhibited in an international art gallery. However, what makes this even more intriguing are rumors that this work is more than just a painting or an art installation. There's something more, like hidden layers that only those who truly understand can understand. When finally asked about these projects in a brief interview, Jungkook gave only a vague answer: "Everything will be revealed in time. For now, I want to focus on what I'm doing and give my best." This answer only further fueled the curiosity of his fans and close colleagues. Meanwhile, ARMY didn't sit idly by. They began conducting in-depth research, trying to find even the smallest clues that might unlock the mystery of this project. On social media, fans began sharing their theories about possible collaborations, with some even speculating that this project would take Jungkook into a wider world, even beyond the K-pop entertainment world he's known for. Though still confused, Taehyung eventually decided to find out more, but with more caution. Beneath his confusion lay a desire to support Jungkook on this new journey, even if it meant giving up some of the secrets they'd been keeping together. Deep down, though, Taehyung still felt something was off. It seemed like these projects were more than just work. There was a deeply personal element to them. Was Jungkook trying to discover a part of himself that had been hidden? Or was this Jungkook's way of expressing his creative side beyond music? Taehyung kept thinking about it, as they progressed through the project. Every idea Jungkook came up with seemed more than just an artistic suggestion. There was a longing behind it, as if Jungkook was searching for something more than the end result. In every detail, in every piece, Taehyung sensed the depth of his feelings, not just about art, but about a search for identity. Jungkook, who usually seemed calm and collected, now felt more open and vulnerable, as if there was a part of himself he wanted to show, but not with words, but with the work he was creating. Perhaps he was trying to find a new balance between the familiar image and a side he might not have shown the world yet. "Do you feel like something's missing, Kook?" Taehyung finally asked one night as they sat together in the studio. Jungkook's eyes looked a little tired, but there was a new, unusual gleam in them. Jungkook just smiled faintly, not answering immediately. He seemed to realize that the question wasn't just about the work they were working on. It was about him, about a deeper journey. "Maybe," he replied slowly, "I just felt the need to try something different. I wanted to see if there was a side of myself I didn't really know yet." Taehyung eyed him carefully, trying to understand him more deeply. It felt like Jungkook wasn't just searching for a new creative expressio. "So, it's not just about this project, right?" Taehyung continued, making sure he truly understood. Jungkook nodded, his smile slightly wider, as if the weight he'd been feeling had begun to lift. "Yes," he replied in a more meaningful voice, "it's more than that." The evening grew quieter, but the two friends knew this journey was about more than just the work. It was about discovering and understanding each other with each step. The night wore on, and though the studio remained busy with flashing computer screens and softly playing music, there was a certain silence between Taehyung and Jungkook. It was like an empty space they both knew needed to be filled, but neither knew what. Taehyung sensed that this conversation, though simple, was one of those moments he would never forget. "I often wonder," Taehyung began, "why do we always feel like we have to follow a predetermined path, as if there's a standard we have to achieve? But perhaps this work is actually about finding our own measure." Jungkook stared at him, his face slightly taken aback, as if realizing something he'd been missing. "I know what you mean," he said quietly, "but sometimes I'm afraid that I'm going too far outside the realm of familiarity. Afraid that they won't understand what I'm trying to express." Taehyung nodded, fully understanding his friend's feelings. "But really, Kook, they don't need to understand everything. Sometimes it's more important to understand ourselves first. If we continue to discover who we are, our work will speak more honestly." Jungkook paused for a moment, his eyes staring out the studio window, as if searching for something beneath the darkness. Taehyung knew that Jungkook was processing a lot of things, not just about music, but also about himself, about what he'd been hiding.